Friendly boys, are we ready?
Nothing. Previously on Roll Over and Die, the party started off in the ruined town of Lumbergost, where they interrogated the half-elf captured luggage that was Styrus, putting him on trial and eventually leaving him to wiggle his way out of the battlefield. They looted the area, completely razing the destroyed town, grabbing as much as they could before setting back off to Keld, where they wrapped up a few of their ties. They spoke to Nakan Tariar, who was fortifying Keld, who gave them some money to reinforce the mercenary group. Once they had employed the Pooch Pals, who then gave them their party name, they visited Chad specifically, giving her a gift that he promised. They also inspected Parter's room to see if the person that had been attacked by the gnolls was still there. He was not. He is somewhere else. They then tied everything up, spent an inordinate amount of time deciding how they're going to traverse the distance between Keld and Suttonshore, and finally arrived. So, now that's out of the way, we're ready to roll over and die. The lungs.
Start with
from
the
all
lungs.
sides. Lungs on your face. Sorry. The journey to Suttonshore is long and arduous through the swamps in the beginning, but the bogs and the forest gradually fall away, and by the middle of the 7th day you crest a rocky hill for the first time for some of you to see the vast ocean. The cool sea air fills your lungs, and below you is a great sprawling city made of light grey and white stone at the beach's edge. Piers stretch out into the azure sea with the dozens of ships, all of all sizes, docked, and people of all types scurrying to and fro, carrying goods either returned or loaded for voyage. So that's where we all start. Looking down, you can see a myriad of different places that you can visit. The world is literally your oyster at this point.
I don't like oysters.
There are 3 large buildings that immediately capture your attention. One looks very much like a grand library hall. One looks like a sprawling university campus. And another one is a keep that is being carved literally into the face of the cliffside, dotted in amongst all of people's domiciles is public houses, taverns, and even small gardens for people to sort of congregate in. There's a market square. In fact, there's more than one, and there are public transport systems going to and fro as well, carts on rails, that kind of thing. It's a huge bustling city. It's somewhat overwhelming.
I
We should
feel
probably
overwhelmed.
University first,
Yep,
right?
That's my
Yeah.
chat.
Mm-hmm. So you've been on the road for the last 7 days. You're quite tired, but you managed to push your way through the throngs of people to the university itself. The university is a grand white stone building. It's got about 3 or 4 separate towers, and then it's made to withstand the rising tides as well, so it's heavily bolstered from the ground up. There are 2 main doorways. There are several steps leading up to these doorways. There are sort of narrow glazed windows as well that permeate all sides of the walls of the university. And there's a great clock tower in the face of the main entrance as well.
Does it seem like we can just walk in, or is that any sort of
The doors are currently
gates or-
open, and there are students going to and fro. It doesn't look like it's regulated in any way, shape or form.
Do we see any kind of reception?
Peeking your head in, you just see a grand hall in the middle, which has got a multitude of doors where there are students hustling to and fro.
I mean, we're here.
We go in.
feel
Definitely go
like-
in.
so-
Yeah. You can go in and see if there's any sort of signage.
So the university, above the main doorway itself, it says in common, University of Magical Arts, UMA. As you walk in, there are about half a dozen to a dozen people dressed in sweaters, all with UMA written on them. They have a ball tucked under one of their arms, and they're chanting UMA rules, UMA rules.
Can I stop one
does
of them
it-
and ask them if it's kickball?
Yeah, you grab onto one of the students who turns and startles a little bit at your presence, and goes, yeah, We're a kickball team. The UMA kickball team.
Can we play? Can we join you?
Are you a team?
Yes. We're
Yeah.
the friendly boys.
There's only
Yeah.
5 of you.
We're the friendly boys.
Do you have? I've
We-
never heard of you.
We play like
And-
16 people.
We're that good. We
Yeah.
We also have a flying monkey and a dog, so that's
Yeah.
7.
And a
And a
crocodile.
crocodile, so that's 8.
We were actually banned from having
I can
female
create
because we're too
few
good at
animals.
being
Yeah.
Couple of bears.
Yeah, if we
Never
need to
heard.
find some
Bring some bears.
kickballers.
I mean, we've just come off the back
Bears.
of our league win, so if you want to have a kick around later, sure.
All right.
Yeah,
You
bring
can find
it
us out on
on.
the university fields out back.
Out back.
Crush these
Out back.
guys.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
How many
Hate
people
them.
do we need in the team?
UMA. It looks like there's about 12 of them.
12.
You don't know
All
how
right.
many subs that are on
what
there.
time is
We'll
this?
magic some up.
What time is this challenge?
We'll be outside.
What time?
When?
Come and grab us when you're ready.
You just spent
Where do we
all
find you?
hours at the field.
We're just training for the next league.
Right.
No rest for the. Oh shit! I shouldn't have given them a name. Oh no. I think I actually have given them a name. 1 second.
Just determined.
Oh, the Suttonshore Sharks.
Suttonshore
Schmarks.
Sharks.
Mm.
It's really hard to say with this.
So we'll just come find you at any time of the day out on the field.
Way, Suttonshore Sharks. UMA.
I mean, I hate you guys.
Well, we found our rivals.
Yeah.
Is there anybody doing any magic in this magical school? Or are they all just...
Is there anybody
Cheating.
with scars that just look like dead?
No, you don't see any scarred people.
Okay.
Although the Suttonshore Sharks, oh dear, the Suttonshore Sharks do seem to be like literally come off a
Broomstick.
competition. So they have like a grimy. They've
Grimy.
been playing like on a field somewhere. Some of them got grazers.
All right.
Where'd you get your jumpers from?
We made them.
How did you
The
make
coach made us
them?
wear them.
How would we get
I guess.
We made them.
How
As in we, not like, as in them colloquially.
how would we get some?
I guess you could commission them if you've got your own team.
Who from?
Well, any tailor could do it probably.
How about if we beat you,
Mhm.
we take your attacks?
No, because you're not the Suttonshore Sharks,
We could be.
But if we beat you, we're better.
You're the
than
friendly
you, so We
boys,
might as well become.
apparently.
We'll show you how friendly we are.
Oh my god, we're not going to
Have you ever heard of
The Department of Divinities.
Yeah. There's a department for all 9 magical schools here.
Defense
Can you
against the
point
dark
us
arts.
towards where Madam Elsbeth might
No.
have once been.
Do you know of any experts in the old gods and like, history?
As soon as you start mentioning the old gods, a few of the other of his team members, they all kind of like look at each other, look at you suspiciously.
We're not into it.
And
We just
then-
want to know who knows about it.
We just want to
That's
go
what
beat
they
up
all
the
say.
ones that are.
He pretty
right?
much gets dragged away.
You
Do we still
really
need to
mess
find
it
people
up by
with
mentioning the
polymorphs?
old gods.
I don't want to mention
know
it.
where it is, though.
What?
We don't know that necessarily they'll be here. We just thought oh, it's university. They might not actually be from this place.
They don't like us now.
It's in Vampire.
UMA.
A few of them
Uma.
start,
Uma. Uma.
they get dragged away. Some of them are still looking over their shoulders back at you. The ones that have heard you talking about the old gods, and they're kind of whispering to each other and like looking at you, and then eventually they file out of the West Wing.
Before they found out, I was standing next to them going.
You just run up after them.
Have you shaped into one of them?
They,
No.
they just, what do you look like at the moment,
Mike.
actually? You look like Mike.
Yep.
So as soon as you approach them, they just stop talking to each other.
Uma.
They've gone. I'm still
Yeah.
doing it.
There are a bunch of signposted areas in the UMA foyer, each pointing to the different schools of wizardry, which you would know of. So
What are
they-
they?
I'm really interested as well. Tell me.
Please
So
tell us.
there's 9 of them,
Oh.
There's 9 of them.
Can you
Alright.
guess?
and you're very familiar with one of them,
Oh,
Which one?
are you?
which is the School of Transmutation.
Acrobatics. Oh, yeah. Transmutation.
Acrobatics.
Magic.
Transmutation.
Transmutation.
Yeah.
That's my specialty.
What's
And
that
the
mean?
others are-
What's transmutation?
You remember how you were this big?
All right.
And then you were this big?
Oh,
That's not.
oh, you
called
are
one
good at that. Yeah,
transmute.
you are good at that. 6 minutes, good.
I read all that book.
Do any of them-
One book. That pamphlet. So there's signposts to onomancy, abjuration, conjuration, divination, enchantment, evocation, illusion, invention, and transmutation. There is no school of necromancy here. FYI.
What did your note say about?
It said that please return to the college, but it's
From-
not necessarily UMA.
Is there
It was just the only one anyone ever told us about.
right? Okay.
They translate in like texts about the old gods and about cataclysm, but none of them necessarily have anything to do with any of those schools of magic.
But did we just find out that there was a college
Yes.
at Suttonshore?
Yeah.
Okay.
We could ask in the library.
Yeah.
You like libraries?
Yeah. I thought we were in one.
There's a university and there's a library as well.
Do we understand what all of those are?
I've only got 4 written.
So there's onomancy, abjuration, conjuration, divination, enchantment, evocation,
Abjuration.
illusion, invention, and transmutation.
Did anything have anything
What was the
to
one
do
today?
with translation?
I don't know.
Abjuration.
Yeah, abjuration, yeah.
Right, I've got onomancy,
Yep.
enchantment,
Yep.
transmutation, invention, abjuration, illusion.
Divination.
Would you like to know what they do?
Yeah.
What?
What's the other 3 though?
Oh,
Sorry. just talk slower.
that's fine.
I'm slow. Right.
So you got onomancy, abjuration,
Yep.
conjuration,
Conjuration,
divination,
divination.
enchantment,
Yep.
evocation,
What's that?
evocation,
Cool. I've got them all now.
illusion, invention, transmutation.
What do they all do?
So I will tell you. Why don't you talk with yourselves? Whilst I pull up the
UMA.
UMA. I can't wait to kick those guys' butts.
balls. Oh,
We should have
I know
a
it's
the
things
friendly
to do.
boys like chant.
You're good at.
We are the friendly boys. We are the friendly boys.
We'll fuck you up. Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, we've got it.
No? Oh.
That's a great chant.
We are the friendly boys.
We
You
could
need
go
to change it
ask
for
in
copyright
divination
reasons.
if they know anything
We
about
are
the
friendly
divine.
boys.
We are the friendly boys.
They're the Suttonshore Sharks. Are we the friendly boy?
With the black bar.
Dolphins?
No, with the.
Dolphins? Cougars.
No, hang on.
Bobcats.
Hang on.
Wildcats.
No, hang on.
Friendly
Whoa, whoa,
boy
whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa!
Our kickball team is the Black Mire Bastards. But our
We've already told
Fighting
them it's
name.
the friendly boys.
fighting name's the Friendly Boys.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Done.
on board.
So
We
we're
can
the
still
Black
use it.
Mire bastards
Yeah.
for kickball.
Yep.
Okay.
We've already told them we're the friendly boys.
so
We're the friendly
just
boy
psyching them out.
bastards.
onomancy is the study and of the power of words. So if you know the name of a thing, you can control or otherwise affect that thing.
Chair.
So it's where they are putting a lot of emphasis on on the naming of an object or a person or a place.
Candle.
Indeed. Abjuration, spells that protect, block, or banish.
Protect.
Block or banish.
Block.
Conjuration are ones that bring creatures or materials to the caster. As in, you conjure something up. Divination are spells that reveal information.
Yep.
Enchantments are ones that imbue the recipient with some property or grant the caster power over another being. You okay?
He's just
Yeah.
writing wherever he wanted.
Sure.
The H.
Oh my god.
Which one was
he's
that
so
for?
broken.
Abjuration.
No,
That
Maybe we
was-
should just
Move on with our lives.
We don't need to.
Yeah.
putting all this
Okay.
out.
Not
Evocation.
having to draw arrows.
Evocation.
This is getting a 10 minutes later
Yeah.
treatment.
I'm just filming this so
10
you may
minutes
use it.
later.
Do we see any professors?
Physically.
Any process? No, not out in the main hall. No, not in this like,
Exactly.
foyer part of things.
Just pick a
Transform
random one of
physics.
those and we'll
That
just
looks like
see, we'll just ask
Trojan.
them if they
Yeah.
know
Gorm.
either of those people.
Let's do that.
We go to the closest one.
Sure. The closest one to you would be
Allah.
Alter.
So.
Perception.
Creepshit.
I shouldn't take that.
I don't know why you bothered.
Let's see.
the School of Illusion.
Thanks. So excited to go.
That is the closest one to you.
Do I see a staff room?
Not a staff room, no, because this is pointing you towards like the School of Illusions like area, not necessarily the wing, because there's not 9 wings to this place.
Is there
But you have to go. It's on the ground floor,
okay
and it's over to one side.
any like halls or classrooms?
Yeah, there are several classrooms
I walk into
dotted
the
all
first
around.
I walk into the first one.
So, long story short, a few of them are empty. You do burst in on one class,
Yeah.
and as you do that, there is a teacher and a student
Okay.
at the top of the class, and he's obviously teaching that student how to cast an illusion spell. And it basically he's trying. The student is trying to conjure up what looks to be just a relatively small chest on the table, but it's kind of warping in and out of itself. It's like kind of like one side of it's collapsing in on itself and turning itself inside out. And the student's like sweating, and there's other students sitting in the pews watching him. Some of them are just like throwing bits of paper. A few of them are like laughing and like whispering in the back, doing kind of normal student-esque things.
Do you want me to get rid of the other students?
Share with the class. Yeah.
So far, no one's noticed you at the doorway.
You just burst
We
in
could
and
just
start
be
whispering.
we're an
She
illusion.
just
Or an
asked if
illusion.
we want to
Yeah.
get rid of the students.
Okay.
Do you want me to moonbeam?
No, I don't need to kill them.
Kill all
You
these
were saying
students.
we should make an illusion to impress them.
Yeah. I'll pretend to be an illusion.
That's what we
That's what I was just saying. We could
Yeah.
just pretend that we're illusions, but
okay.
I could cast a minor illusion.
Good morning. I'm an illusion.
Can you say that out loud?
Please do.
So the teacher, who looks human, maybe half elf. You can't tell because he's wearing a moleskin black top hat with a purple band. He's wearing a white shirt that has a black tied up bow tie. He's wearing a three-piece black suit, a black cape, which is satin with a purple inline to it, and white-topped black leather shoes. He also has a very fine waxed moustache and one monocle and one eye. He looks to probably be in his late 30s, early 40s, and he just looks over and gives you the most like shit stare that you can muster as you walk in and say, "I am an illusion."
She said good morning.
I did say
True.
good morning.
Good morning.
I am an illusion.
Good morning, I'm illusion.
Good morning.
Yeah.
I'm an illusion. Do you want to make a sex god illusion?
You just say that out loud.
To students.
Currently,
Students.
you are the only one standing in the doorway, unless you tell me that you're walking into this classroom as well.
They can just see my hands. It looks like I'm
Blades.
casting something.
You just see blades.
Oh. I want to make it look like I just cast this illusion that's very polite.
Okay. Fair enough.
Should I say my spell?
I think you should roll a deception check.
Yep.
And it's going to be opposed by this professor of illusions arcana.
12.
Okay.
Give himself another one.
You can squat now.
I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say that because you obviously know some illusion spells, that you know the right kind of somatic gestures, verbal components, and material components that you
Mhm.
need to utilize to make it look like she is a major illusion. And this chap's eyebrows go up. Who's standing in that hallway?
A magical wizard.
That seems a bit redundant. Show yourself.
A very talented magic.
A very talented
I can
magical
hear both of
wizard.
you. Come forth.
I'll go
You
the
who
way.
burst into my classroom, casting these illusions around.
I am a masterful wizard.
Kate
I
Bushing
don't know
in
what
the
just
background.
happened. This is not what I cast.
You
illusion.
didn't cast it?
I don't know how
Illusion.
to, I don't know how to transition into the next part.
I
No,
don't
it's
know what
perfect.
you're
You don't
going
know
for
what
with
to
this,
do.
but now I'm just in the
So
doorway
behind you is
with her
Aya is doing her,
wobbling around.
her best illusion faking. Sure.
What? What did you want me to ask him?
Why are you
I-
talking to address me? Who are you?
I am a
what are you doing
very
here?
talented, skilled illusionist and transmorgifier. I am here to study and learn more illusions.
What this
Similar
talented
to this
magical
one.
wizard is trying to say is, as an academic, have you ever heard of?
I play it cool.
I think class is dismissed for today. Everybody wrap up your tomes. I want you all to study chapters 3 to 4 of Merriam's Revisited Illusions. And I'll see you in 2 days.
Keep working on that chest, kid.
Okay. The kid's like
He
sweating.
was casting a chest.
Keep working on that chest.
Yeah, all right, it sounds weird, but he did cast a chest that he needs to work on. All right, fuck's sake.
So they all file
I'm
out
gonna give him a high five.
like around you. Roll a persuasion check.
15.
15. He gives you a very clammy-handed high five.
Ugh.
It's quite soft.
Work on those hands too.
Work on that chest. Work on those hands.
Eventually, they all filed out, and the only 3 people left in here is this professor and you two.
My illusion.
Presumably, the 3 of you are just in the hallway at this point.
Through the window. Is there a window?
Not from the hallway into the classroom, but there are windows from the classroom
So I'm
looking
just
out
gonna
into
do
the
this,
square.
you guys, whatever
No,
you
I'll
want.
just peek through the door.
Okay, you can see when you peek through the door, all you can see is these 2. You can't see. You can hear the guy inside, but you can't see
I'm
him
just
yet.
watching.
I'm just looking at any like literature on the walls.
Sure. There is a cork board that have got like various things like looking for groups and selling these kind of things, and there are these clubs, the after hour clubs. etc.
Anything of interest?
What would interest you? Yeah, there is a nature club.
Nature club.
Tell me more.
So it's one of
Tell
those
me
ones
more.
where you can tear off the
Oh.
bit at the bottom, and then
With a mobile number in it.
it's got locate object on the strip of paper.
Oh.
So when you want to go to that place where they are meeting, you just cast locate object and you find where you're going.
So do it, I'll put it all off.
Okay, yeah, he just tears the entire sheet off and you've just got this flapping sheet in your hand. Yeah, we stuff it
Yep.
into it, so nobody can go to it now.
Yep.
Back inside the room. You know, once you've cast it, you don't need to maintain.
Most illusions don't speak, though, do they, Professor?
They do. Yes. Once you get to a certain level, they can.
Well, I
Well,
have just
I have just
achieved
achieved
that level.
level.
Oh wait, I'm
I'm
just
very
below
confused
that
about
level. That's what I meant to say.
I haven't seen this type of illusion before, where it
Mm.
can interact independently, have its own thoughts, and even seem to offer like authority over the caster. Pray tell, what is the name of this spell?
Sumarian.
ASMRian.
Yes.
Give me another deception check.
This is getting away from me. To be
Disadvantage.
honest. I don't know.
ASMRian.
19.
Wow.
19 with disadvantage.
Oh, with disadvantage?
Yeah,
Oh.
8.
In total?
Fucked
Yeah.
No, add it to deception.
0.
He's actually
Sumarian.
he takes out from his bag on his desk this sphere, which looks to be cut of like some kind of Azurian glass, and then points at you and mutters something, and then nothing happens.
What did you get me into?
You are no spell. This is a living, breathing person.
Get your mace out.
What? Who told you that?
Who's tried to cast dispel magic.
But what did you?
She
What were you
remains.
holding?
It's my casting focus.
Dispelled.
Casting focus. All right.
Just quickly run away.
every wizard knows they have ropes.
Have you ever heard of Thaddeus Bond?
What is going on
Let's
here?
cut to the point.
Can I hear what they do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I cast something?
Of course you
Can
can.
I cast
Why not?
Phantasmal Force?
Yes.
I'm going to cast another Aya.
Okay. Oh.
You can also
okay.
turn into me.
Damn it!
So you're going to cast Phantasmal Force. You know that's
No, I'll turn into her.
a damaging spell.
I'm
Phantasmal
turning
Force.
into her.
Oh, right, okay.
So-
yep.
See? That's the hand movement.
And you walk in as well?
Yes.
And then I do this.
And I say, good morning. I am an illusion.
He just pinches the bridge of his nose. What do you want in my classroom?
We would like to.
You don't have to
stop.
Just tell me what you want.
Thaddeus Boynton. Have you ever heard of Thaddeus Boynton?
Yes, he used to be a student here.
He used to be a student. Do you know in what? He
What?
was studying. What?
What?
What was he studying? In which department?
So he was a student. He passed his, from what I remember, not with flying colours, but he was a very adept apprentice, and he stayed on here as a researcher in
As
our
a
research
researcher.
department.
In which field?
He'd be researching the arcane histories.
The arcane histories.
Yes.
So there is an arcane history department.
No, not
There's
something
not.
we teach. It's a part of the faculty.
Okay. Do you know where these arcane historians hang out?
Yes.
Could you please tell?
Who are you?
I'm so sorry, because clearly you were a very helpful person who didn't need any of this subterfuge, and I'm sorry for wasting your time. I promise, this is my vow to you, that we will leave you alone.
As
I
she
just
says
tell me
that,
your name. That's all I need right now.
As exactly as you say that, I walk in and I've out of some paper that I found on the corkboard, I've replicated Aya's weapons. I just walk in and go, "Good morning.
I am an illusion. Indeed.
ASMR is my name.
Very well.
ASMRian is my name.
Is there any more?
I am also ASMRian.
I'm gonna cast a minor illusion
Okay.
of ASMR, but it's a smaller version.
Yeah, like reduced down
Yep.
into a 5-foot cube.
Yep.
This
can't-
can all stop
you
if you
can't
just
move.
tell us what.
I was
Tell us what we
trying
came
to-
for.
Good gods.
Old gods on you.
There are no new. This is just an old adage. He's not here anymore.
What?
Thaddeus is no
Okay.
longer here.
Do you know where he went?
He went missing
How long ago?
about 2 months ago.
Okay. Do you know if Madam Elsbeth has returned?
No, she's not been seen for many years.
Do you know who might know anything more about his case and him being missing?
What is this about?
Oh, don't worry, we're
Appreciate-
sheriffs.
Lovely. I see the makeshift badge on your jacket that says the word sheriff. However,
We were sent here by Mayor Neckham.
I've never heard of Mayor Neckham.
Have you heard of Keld?
No.
Great. The sheriffs of Keld. And
Right.
we would like to know.
Perhaps you need to contact the guardhouse
Would
or
they know
the
about
barons.
Thaddeus?
I have no idea, but there is an ongoing investigation as to his disappearance once we realise he did not turn up to work.
And
Who does he
who's-
work
who's
with?
in
If you are
charge of that
friends or family,
investigation?
or if you are under the auspice of those people, they will be able to release that information to you.
It's
people.
very important academically that we find someone with their expertise.
What kind of academia are you into?
We're into
All kinds, really.
all kinds, but the arcane histories in particular.
I'm pretty interested in illusions too.
I can tell.
At that point, I'm going to
You're
come in.
enthusiastic, indeed. I appreciate all of. Are you still outside? By the way?
I'm just about to come in just as he says we like illusions.
Okay.
I'm going to disguise self. I come in as Aya.
3,
4, 5.
5.
Hello, I'm
1, 2,
illusion.
3,
Three.
4, and then my illusion.
Okay. There's 5. Well, it was picked with Aya's weapons,
Hey.
Yeah.
and then 4.
I can also cast a minor illusion, but I feel like this has just got a bit too much.
a little bit.
Again, this can all stop if you just.
I have been nothing but
Civil
kind to you.
compliance.
You're making it quite difficult.
I understand.
Just tell us where we would find people.
I'm trying.
Who did he work with, and do they still work here?
Yes, the research department is still intact, other than the fact
Can you
that
tell us how to get there?
they've lost 4 of their member.
Can you tell us how to get there?
Again, I am a little bit suspicious of you.
Can you tell us?
I
can appreciate
understand how.
Why?
Can you tell us how to get there? Do
Why?
you want another Aya to walk into his room?
I don't care.
Why can't you tell us how to get there?
Because I don't know who you are.
We're the I'm the sheriff.
I've never heard of the place that you're sheriff from. You can appreciate that.
The world. I point to my arm.
Okay.
The world depends. I understand that we might look like crazy people,
Yes.
but the world depends on right now you telling us how to find these experts. If we don't find them, everyone will die.
Okay, that's rather
And then we all say
Heavy.
die.
not
I
healthy.
appreciate the backup.
Skins.
Sure. Roll a persuasion check.
Why did 4 members go missing?
Miss
Leave.
go
Go missing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we'll find that out.
Why?
6 plus 8, 14.
14. Says, I can't help you. I can't release you to have any kind of free reign over the university. As you can imagine, there's a great many powerful things here that you could meddle with, or as far as I know, you'd be lying to me and trying to come here to steal things or research information that you shouldn't be. Also, you may not be able to handle the kind of things that you'd find.
Will the sheriff ever lie?
I don't know. Not really my remit. However, you can speak to the dean, and he'll be able to grant you free
Where would we
reign.
find Dean?
The dean will be in the dean's office, which you can find on the 8th floor of the Grand Hall. His name is Dean Bartus Hoffmeyer.
Thank you for your patience.
Yes. I think I have run out of it now. So you'd be so kind. I have a class starting in the next 10 minutes.
Good afternoon. I was an illusion.
It's still morning.
Good
I was
Yeah,
an
I
illusion.
was-
You were not an illusion.
Just for the record, what do you think of my minor illusion?
That's basic.
Hey,
I don't know. I rolled. You can just say it. Felt like I had to at that point. It is of a competent level.
Oh.
Well done.
nailed it.
Competent.
Nailed it.
Praise indeed.
We really bang like.
You
really
never
bad.
read it.
Never mind.
We really banged.
I was gonna say something totally okay.
Go on.
I don't
We
We
believe
just
have
nailed
to
this
now.
conversation. That's all.
Yeah.
But I was
Yeah.
gonna. I don't know why banged came out.
it really banged us, man.
Banged one out this morning.
With the professor.
That's why I stopped talking. I don't know where I was going. This is
Indeed.
why I didn't go to school.
Lovely. There's a point of note from one caster to another, especially in the school of illusion. You could refine the edges a bit more. It lacks a little bit of depth,
Mm.
so you just work out and sort of fleshing it out a little bit.
Are you saying
Calling
that
you
Aya
shallow.
lacks depth?
The minor illusion that you cast.
Chad.
Huh.
Not Aya.
Sorry.
Yeah, so work on that. It's pretty competent though.
Thank you.
Well done.
Great.
He
Competent.
stands there awkwardly.
To Dean's office.
To Dean.
Dean.
Dean Bartus.
Dean.
To
Yes, you
Dean.
can find him.
DBH.
Where can I get one of those orbs that you had?
What do you still use the component
My
for
wand?
every one of your spells?
My wand?
Ah, you use your wand as a.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's it. Oh, I
That's
thought
it.
it was like a. Okay. never
I
mind.
have this orb that I cast through,
That
and you
doesn't
have your
seem
wand as your spellcasting.
Very practical.
And there's a dumbbell.
How do you
Carry
point
it
an
around.
orb?
Yeah,
How do you point
that's
it
fair.
around?
You don't have to point
That's
an
right.
orb. You don't have to literally point it to something. I just channel the weave through the orb and then cast.
So why do you point
Sorry.
your dumbbell?
Because you get reps in.
Lovely.
That was too much for me.
To Dean.
To Dean.
To
To Dean.
2D.
2D. So exiting out there, you get a little bit lost. You ask a few of the students who give you vague directions up to the 8th floor of the main hall.
Do any of them have a kickball?
No. They mostly just have, well, some of the older students are like casting like Tensor's floating disc to carry their books on, for example, using cantrips in amongst the hallways, and then there will be teachers here that are chastising them, telling them to stop there, dispelling any of the more dangerous magics. It's a little bit of a free-for-all in this place, as you can well imagine. There looks to be like hundreds, if not thousands, of students here. You eventually get to the 8th floor, and it's where a lot of the sort of admin and the upper echelons of the faculty have their offices. Right at the end, there is a plaque on a door, on a grand door, which says Dean Bartis Hoffmeyer.
Good morning, I'm an illusion.
Does it have like underneath? Oh no, never mind.
Sure. There is a brass knocker on the door, which you can use. And when you do, a face appears and says, "Do you have an appointment?
Yes, we do.
What's your name?"
Minor illusion.
Yes, seminar.
It's his eyes, so it looks like an oaky face that protrudes out of the door. And then its eyes roll inwards for a few seconds and then rolls back out. "You're not on their list. Get lost."
Try Elizabeth.
His eyes roll back. "Not on their list."
Is this on the door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try Thaddeus, whatever his last name
Thornton.
was.
It's his office.
"You're not on their list."
Dean
I can't remember.
Bartis
Oh.
Hoffmeyer.
Bartis.
"Not on their list."
Can I cast a message to the door? The
Yeah,
door face?
Yeah, you could do.
Face to make face.
You could try.
I'm expecting them.
Oh, okay.
As if it was the dean.
Yeah.
Interesting. Roll an Arcana check.
Cool. 19.
Entry granted.
Yay.
You did something good.
Face disappears into the door, and the door opens up. Inside is a grand, like a deanorial, like a mayoral,
A
Deanorial.
A
or
deanorial.
deanarium, if you will. No, it's just
I
the dean's
will.
office.
You know when we say that you say words that we've got no idea about?
I mean, I will
making
admit
it
that those
up.
two were made up.
An undulating deanorium.
Ah,
Oh.
you must be Deanorial.
Yes, no.
Ooh.
Undulating.
All around the room are busts of previous deans, so the head and shoulders of previous deans. They are. There's only not as many as you expect. There's probably about 10 to a dozen.
I had no
all
expectation.
cast out of, all cast out of white stone, all of which their eyes lock on and their heads move towards you as you walk in. And as you walk past them, the heads and eyes move.
Oh, you don't
Tracking
like
you.
it?
There's a short corridor which is this in, and it opens out into this great domed office where there are books that are sorting themselves magically, crisscrossing each other, filing in and out.
Can I grab one?
Itself. They're all like way up, like 20, 30 feet. There are some that go across the face. Would you like to just like jump up and?
Try and
Cause you can
grab
jump quite high.
one.
Yeah. So you grab onto one, and it's just like it's on like a conveyor belt or a wire. Grab it, and you just start like shifting along, and you get closer towards a bookcase where there is a hole in it.
I
What
am
do
a
you do?
minor illusion.
Do you want to keep hold of the book?
Yeah, I want it.
Okay. Oh no, wrong answer. You take 3 bludgeoning damage as your
Oh.
fingers get crushed in amongst where the book and the book hole is. As it
I
goes in.
am a minor illusion.
And you drop down.
Didn't
onto
want
the
the
floor.
book anyway.
Can we see the dean?
So at the back of the office, there is a high, very high, green leather-backed chair in front of an oak desk.
Oh, hi.
The actual back of the chair
Oh.
is probably about
thought you
8
meant-
feet tall.
I thought you meant his chair was really high and the table was like.
Oh right, yeah, really, really low. He's like hanging off. No, and behind there is a balding, grey-haired halfling with half-moon glasses. They're very sort of well-trimmed beard, and he is poring over some books. Doesn't seem to have noticed that you've come in yet, because he wasn't expecting anybody.
Good.
Oh, you must be Dean.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
We are friendly travellers, friendly boy travellers, who have come for information on the arcane histories.
Oh, I didn't realize I had any appointments today. Who are you?
I'm ASMR. These are my friendly boyfriends.
Hello, friendly boyfriends.
You know, I still look like you, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Is this
Hi there.
your twin sisters and your three boyfriends?
ASMR. Nice to meet you.
ASMR, nice to meet you.
ASMR.
Oh, it's a greeting. ASMR, nice to meet you.
ASMR to you too.
Good ASMR to you.
Dean.
Have you heard
I apologise. I forgot that I had a meeting.
Oh, we've heard you've been very busy around here recently with all the people going missing.
You did say you'd help us last time. Last time we saw you.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
I don't recognise any of you.
Do you remember?
We
the,
recognise
Especially you
you.
two.
do you remember the case of Thaddeus Bourneton?
Yes. Some of our research department has gone missing.
Yeah, we're aware of that, and we would like to try and contact them, but we're not sure how to proceed.
So friends, family?
Both.
We're
family? Okay, good.
It's a small family.
we're they're all called
Small
ASMR.
multi-species family. Lovely.
We're just very
Very modern.
interested in their research, and it could be very helpful to saving the world.
That took a right turn. I wasn't expecting.
Friends
But-
and family.
Lovely.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, ASMR to you.
ASMR.
ASMR to you.
How can I help? What would you like?
How could we contact them? Who
Well,
would
they've gone missing.
who would
We've lodged.
know more about any sort of clues as to where they went?
Well, we've mentioned it to the guards, so the guards are looking into the disappearances. I haven't heard anything back from them in a couple of months, I'm afraid. Thaddeus was the last one to go missing. Elspeth was the first. So three of the four that went missing, not including Elspeth, have turned up dead. I fear that Thaddeus would also meet the same fate, and will find his body one day.
What were the circumstances of their death?
Very suspicious.
Was there any like particular commonalities between the way they died?
One looked like he was poisoned.
Uh,
One was stabbed, and the other one was thrown
stabbed with
into
a-
the sea and drowned.
Would you mind if we went to their workplace to see if they left any notes behind that might help us?
Sure. I mean, all of those have been gone through by the head of the research department. So,
Who was the head, and how might we speak to them?
well, you can head down to the basement. You'll be able to find the head researcher,
Is
the
that where
master of research.
Thaddeus worked as well?
Yes, all the researchers work in the basement. It keeps all the books nice and temperature controlled and
I would love,
out light and everything. So it's lovely.
as his long lost cousin,
Sure.
I would love to
I have no reason to.
see his belongings and see if there was anything that meant anything to our family.
Okay. If you just go down to the research department and go to the master of research, that's Professor Thaddeus Flipstone.
He's also called
He's also
Thaddeus,
called Thaddeus.
No, Thaddeus.
Thaddeus.
so it's so different.
Thaddeus Flipstone.
Flipstone.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
For a school of magic,
Mm-hmm.
if there was like a hypothetical movie about men with X's, and they had superpowers, and there was someone who can detect other magical people.
Sure.
Is it not something like that that you guys can do to locate the missing people?
Oh, so like a okay person. Oh,
An
that's
okay
a
person.
locate person.
Oh, like
Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately, no one here remaining has got any personal effects of the people that have gone missing.
What if we had a piece of paper that they had?
That'd be ideal. Is you can absolutely then locate someone.
Can you do that as well?
I personally am a dean, so I'm not necessarily the best person to ask. But let me just check the roster and see which person would be best for you to go and
It's an
see
excellent shout.
with the located person.
Exmanulant shout.
Other than this, is there anything else I can help you with? Very keen to find my researchers. It takes a long time to actually sort of train people up in that regard.
We
Let's not
are
there's any
competing
apologies.
against the Suttonshore
No, no,
Shark
we don't.
Data, and we would love if we had your support considering we don't know many people in this town anymore.
Oh, I'm not really into kickball per se. I mean, it's a good extracurricular activity. I realise that, healthy body, healthy mind, but also the Suttonshore Sharks are kind of the team of the UMA. It would be a bit weird if
So
I
you're
then
saying you went
supported
to
someone else.
sports
I feel like it might be a bit of a conflict of
as
interest.
visitors to your college?
So a bit of a conflict of interest.
Got any tips for how we can beat them? What are their weaknesses?
Well, I mean, if you're good at kickball,
What if
We're
we're not
amazing.
very good at kickball?
I wouldn't challenge them if I wasn't very good at kickball.
Are
personally.
you able to use magic during the match?
No, you're in a magic null zone when you play kickball here. Kickball isn't exclusively a wizard sport, and so they deem it as being quite unfair to other magic users if they don't.
If we're wizards playing wizards, can we switch it off?
Big one?
If we're wizards against wizards,
Mm.
we can just magic on, right? So we can use magic.
Well, no, I mean, like, it's part of the league rules, not necessarily. Suppose you were playing like a street rules, you could.
Street.
But that would be
Street
something you'd
ball.
have to arrange with them. I certainly can't. Yeah, you need to go to the School of Divination if you want to
Divination.
research locate creature.
Thank you so much for your help, Dean. Person.
ASMR to you.
Good
ASMR.
ASMR to you.
to you.
Good
Excellent
ASMR
ASMR
to you.
to you.
Lovely ASMR to you.
Yeah. Has
Not the
anything
best
else?
ASMR. I don't really know how. I'm not using it correctly.
Has there been anything other suspicious outside of the research department? Is anything else going on?
Top of my head, I mean, there's always. That's probably the most concerning thing, like people going missing, turning up dead. Yes, I would.
Oh, when there was the murder.
Also, there were several hundred murders. No, there is, if I remember correctly, the lawmaker has returned to Suttonshore. Very much, I would stay out of her way.
Who is? What's her name?
She is Imperatrix Tyrianis Oakshadow.
Sorry.
What?
Imperatrix
Imperatrix.
Yep. Tyrannus Oakshadow. So it's
Wow.
TIRRIANNYSS.
That's an intimidating name. Is she an intimidating lady?
Incredibly, yes.
Okay.
What's her
Where will we find her?
last name?
Overshadow.
Oakshadow.
Oakshadow.
And she is the lawmaker.
Yes.
What does that actually mean?
So since obviously the crumble of society, 1800 years ago, all of like the judicial system collapsed, and instilled into that were the eldest of us all, which were that fell to the elves. She indeed is a high elf. They took it upon themselves to travel from city to town to settlement to impose the rule of the land. It's kind of a vestige of that. Unfortunately, in the first few centuries, they gained a lot of power, and we've found it very difficult to exit from underneath their auspice.
What?
So they pretty much have free reign to come to towns, cities, and if they're not conforming, if individuals are not conforming, or the towns and cities themselves, they have free reign to pretty much do what they want.
Do they
Right.
abuse that?
Exact justice. They don't abuse it per se, but they have very stringent rules.
Okay.
And if you do not follow, or if you are seen as breaking the law, or even doing things that they consider particularly immoral, they will exact extreme justice upon that person. They are judge, jury, and sometimes executioner in this matter.
Yeah, we know about that.
We did that just a few days ago.
Yeah. All three.
Yeah. 8 days.
So it's best just to avoid her
Okay.
and her retinue.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks. Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah. Thank
pleasure.
you.
You've been most helpful.
Well, thank you for coming in and assisting in this. Hopefully this matter can be resolved, and maybe Thaddeus will, be found,
We hope so.
hopefully alive.
If we wanted to speak to you again, and we're not on the list, how would we get in?
Or you can make an appointment downstairs
Okay.
in reception.
Do you think you could give us some kind of
Authority.
like just a written note with your stamp, just to say
Oh,
that
sure.
we can.
Yeah, if you want to go and talk to Thaddeus Flipstone, I can give you a letter of entry.
Yeah.
No
Him,
problem. So he knows he's perfectly fine to be open with you.
him, and the leader of the investigation into the other Thaddeus, the potentially dead one.
Oh, with the guard captain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, yes. There's no problem at all. I can say that you've got my full support personally. No problem at all.
Thank you.
Just one second. And he writes you out 2 writs, one for Professor Thaddeus downstairs and one for the captain of the guard, which will give you authority to speak on behalf of the university, the UMA.
Thank you very much.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Great ASMR to you.
Good ASMR to you.
Should we go
Keep on.
down
To the basement.
to the basement or to the School of Divination? What do you think? of that?
Basement.
Oh, yeah, I
Basement?
think basement.
Yeah.
Cool.
Peace out.
Indeed, peace to all.
PSMR out.
Yes.
P
wow.
what?
P what?
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. So you exit the door. You make your way downstairs to the basement. This is very much like almost like a crypt downstairs, where they keep all of the research tomes that have survived. What few have survived the cataclysm. Things down here seem very, very regimented. All of the books are locked away in cabinets, and there are sort of chains that go across each of the alcoves that are for restricted areas. There's no real sort of books out on display. When you walk down the corridors, there are research benches lined with students and journeymen and apprentices. They're all doing their research. They're transcribing from some of the ancient books into new books to try and preserve the knowledge. And right at the head, at the back, which is presiding over all, is a very large desk with a very stout dwarf sitting behind it, who's grumbling to himself, drinking and poring over sort of sheaves of paper, occasionally looking up and shouting at some of the apprentices for talking to one another. Maintaining quite a regimented and militaristic sort of vibe down here.
We speak, but really quietly. Is it quiet in here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all you can hear is the flickering of torch flames,
Okay.
which are seems dangerous, but looking at them, especially you, you know that there's a magic flame, so you can't
Get burned.
get
That's
burned
handy.
like an illusions. And other than that, you can just hear the scribbles of
Okay.
people and the
Um,
occasional creaks of desks and things.
We've been sent by the dean.
What?
We've been sent by the dean.
Speak up!
We are the friendly boys.
This means nothing to me.
We are the friendly boys.
Stop singing. What do you want?
We've been sent by the dean to investigate the case of Thaddeus Bourneton.
Oh. Yeah, he disappeared.
You're not the only one to disappear, correct?
Indeed.
Is any of his stuff still here?
No.
Where's it gone?
He's been sent to the guardhouse. What he's got left.
Do you know what he was working on before he disappeared?
Well, I had to reprimand him several times. He was looking into the forbidden law section. He hasn't got authority there.
Do you know why he was so interested in that?
Yeah, he was following goddamn Elspeth's, her mad researching, avenues.
And what was she into before she disappeared?
Exactly the same thing.
And do you know why she
wouldn't
was
let
so
go of it.
interested?
She was researching the forbidden law.
When did she leave?
She disappeared about 2 or 3 years ago.
You don't seem that upset by that.
No, she's a thorn in my side.
If I was
Glad to see
you
her gone.
and half of my department had mysteriously gone missing, I wouldn't go around saying bad things about them.
Why not?
It looks a bit suspicious, doesn't
Well, I've
it?
been investigated. I've got nothing else to lose down here.
Interesting. You've not been investigated by us.
I don't know who you are.
We
Is-
are the friendly boys, and we won't repeat that again.
Is there anyone else who has been a thorn in your side that is still here?
Not really, no.
Is that suspicious to you?
No?
Do you have any of the books that you think that they was interesting to them, or have they all been sent over to the guard?
Oh, the books are still in the forbidden law section.
Do you mind if we?
Yes.
The dean has asked us to
Don't care.
investigate this.
It's been locked away. Even the dean doesn't have authority to look at these.
Who
Why?
does?
Nobody does.
Then
Why?
they're here.
They have to be preserved.
To get those books.
We are the sheriffs sent by Mayor Neck and
Travier.
from Keld, and
With
we
the-
need to access those books.
Denied.
You've been denied.
You're not getting in there. You haven't got authority. The dean doesn't have authority.
Are they in the library?
They're in the research quarters.
Where's the research quarters?
You're in them.
We're in them. If we're not allowed, are we allowed to look from afar?
Well, you won't be able to see anything. They're behind a vault.
Where's the vault?
Not going to tell you.
Are
I'm not stupid.
I think it's because you don't know where it is.
Are you, wait.
I'm not stupid. You're not going to
There's
trick me like
a
that.
lot of people going missing and a lot of people winding up dead. So if I were you, I would try and help us so that you don't end up.
Personally, my feeling is that the research they were doing got them killed.
Mm-hmm.
So
Who
I'm
has-
not going to have any kind of association with that.
What
I
is
like
the
my
way
life.
you speak to visitors gets you killed?
Hmm?
Nothing.
Who has the authority to look at the books?
Only me.
Only you.
What
And
if
only
I
me.
what if I pick you up and walk you over and make you open them?
You could try.
Okay.
Can anybody
He said I
charm?
could try.
You could
my,
try, that's
my,
permission.
my thoughts are out of character.
Yeah.
I'd like to take his face.
We reenact Face Off.
Are they guarded by magic, or a simple lock and key?
I'm not going to give you any kind of information that will aid you in breaking in there. I'm not stupid.
That was a bit transparent.
I'm trying to help you guard them.
I don't need any help guarding them.
That's a good
What
point.
do I have?
Can
that will
anybody
help us?
charm?
I have pass without trace.
Wh-
So if we figure out where it is and how we can get to them, we can easily get to them.
Because Dean seemed pretty forthcoming with information.
But he's not got authority himself.
Yeah, he doesn't have authority, but he could tell us where it is.
It's true. Does anyone have like who was it that's a charm person? or
Yeah, has
something?
anybody got charm person?
No,
don't
anything
know.
like that. It's like friend or something.
No.
Oh, I've got command.
That would do it.
Would it do it?
Yeah, if you can do something. As long as you can.
Retrieve.
Yeah.
Would that work?
Well,
It's one
What
word,
is it?
right?
yeah, it's got to be one word. So
Oh.
you've got to word it quite carefully and like specific enough that
Vault.
you'll know what you mean.
Okay.
I've got friends.
Vault.
Comply. Would that work?
Yeah, comply would work. Well, no, because it's a command. Oh, that's
Trust.
true.
What about a friend?
That's a good question.
Trust.
Friends
very
would
different
also
now.
make
I
him
feel
a
like
lot
I've
more.
got a genie with 3 wishes, and I have to be very careful about what I say.
Well, with the command, it's got to be because so it can be so ambiguous.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Friends.
Like if you say comply, would that work?
It is a very
target was
specific
to
thing that I want him to
throw.
do, but it's not. It's
Spells
more
no
than
effect
one
on
word.
targets undead, doesn't understand the language, approach
Can't just be
trust,
like unlock
key
or
problem.
open.
Yeah.
Who's got trust?
Because it would be if we
I'm
knew
just saying.
what it.
If she's got to say
We've
one
done
word,
one.
just say
Yeah.
trust.
Even then, immediately afterwards, he'd be like, "Fuck's sake."
What other
What was
words?
that last one?
Other words.
What other words
Trust.
are there?
Comply.
Yeah.
Go through the dictionary.
Do.
Wow.
Yeah, you could try,
Okay.
see how it works.
Uh-oh. Is it one of those? Is it one of those spells where he will know as soon as
Yes.
straight
Yeah,
after?
yeah. He'll know as he's doing it, but
Yeah.
he'll do it anyway if it works.
But do we want to piss him off?
Well, he's already just completely unhelpful to us.
Is there anybody else down here? It's just
Oh yeah,
him.
there's probably about 20 to 24 research students, apprentices, journeymen.
It
Why
lasts-
don't-
It lasts up to a
A
minute.
lot of them have like stopped, like they look like they're writing, but they're
Yeah.
like looking over the.
Tell
exchange.
him die. Mike take his form.
Die.
It has to be something that he can do. Like he can't
Die.
just like stop his own. heart or
Examples are
anything.
like drop, flee,
grovel,
grovel, hail.
halt,
Grovel.
approach.
What about just like truth?
Trust.
I've got a truth spell. Like if that was the problem,
Yeah,
I think
that's
he's
good
been
truth.
honest. He
No,
just
but we
doesn't
could
want
just
to
get him to tell the truth about
Inform.
where it is.
Oh, I could use Zone of Truth for that.
Inform. Comply. Probably the best one.
I think of
And that was the
last
first
one,
word.
Okay, and so we'll try it. Comply.
Okay, he has to make it a wisdom saving throw. And this is
16
an
is the
enchantment.
DC.
16.
Come on, roll less.
That's gonna be close.
Uh-oh.
Actually, so close that I need to bring his stats up.
I hate this guy.
I don't hate him quite as much enough to kill him.
I think we should kill him. I think we should use our kickball tournament as a
Cover?
cover. Yeah.
He's the only one
We
that can
couldn't have
get
done
in
it.
there.
We were at the
We
kickball.
can't, we
You
can't
can-
kill him.
But you can
But if it's
shapeshift to him.
Yeah.
You just need to get the keys
I don't
off
think
him.
we
but
should
if
kill
it's
him.
magical, that's what I was trying to find out.
Mm.
If it's magical, he's the only one that can.
But also 4 people have gone missing from his department. I don't think it will look that suspicious if he does too.
He needs to.
Not that I
unlock
said
Fair.
The
that out
perfect
loud.
crime.
So So he fails.
Yeah.
So you say comply.
Comply. Comply.
I think he's complying.
Show us the vault and open it.
What do you want?
Get us the books.
Get us the books.
All right, I'll get you the books.
Thank you
And
so
he-
much for being so helpful.
He hops down off of the high table and goes to there's a back wall, goes off to a portcullis, unlocks it, pulls the chamber up, goes in there. There's another chamber, again with all these alcoves with all these steel doors in them. Walks all the way past that. There's a big double door that's got a bunch of like brass and wooden slats across it. He takes out a couple of keys from around his neck, puts them to 2 locks, twists them at the same time. Slats go out. The door, all the dust on the middle of the door, kind of falls down, reflecting on the light. Takes a step back and starts uttering something, and then you see all of these sigils start glowing around the floor and around the archway itself, and they flash, and then it goes dull, and then the doors start creaking open. Puts his 2 large dwarven hands in them, pulls it open, and inside there is a natural rock cave inside there. And there is what looks like a natural plinth, and on top of there are 3 steel boxes, all chained up.
That's quite.
He goes
Sounds
over to the
like-
first one and puts the one of the first set of keys in there, unlocks it, second one unlocks it, and the third one unlocks, takes the lids off them, and puts his hand inside, gathers 3 books, and walks back out
Okay.
to you guys, and hands them over to you.
Mhm.
Jeez.
As soon as that happens, his
Mhm.
eyes clear.
You did say dry.
Initiative.
Oh,
A
shit.
fight in the basement.
What, everyone?
That's all right.
Yeah,
Everyone.
everyone's there.
I have -1 initiative.
I'm assuming also Bando, Phantom, and
Oh, shit,
Costas are there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Costas. He did tell me to try.
It's true.
Fight a dwarf.
Fight a wizard dwarf.
What have we done?
Got a
She's
box,
the
is what we
sneaky
did.
one.
You
So everybody
just
got
run out of
their-
school with the book.
Have we got their initiative?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't done it for fun. Economy.
I can't find it.
Oh shit. Thank you. Thank you for doing
No,
it.
okay.
How do I?
So what did everybody get?
9.
9, Arthur.
7.
7. Boom.
Costas got 8. I got 0.
Oh. Gus has got 8.
1 with a -1.
0.
So you got natural 1.
These guys are up there. What did Mike get?
19.
Oh, nice.
How do I get?
What did Bando get?
Not Bando.
Bando with the banjo.
Bando's 9.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. What did Phantom get?
Where do I find?
It'll be his
Indexes.
dexterity modifier. So you just roll d20 and add it to his dexterity modifier.
Oh, okay.
Modifier.
9.
9.
We're
So
all rolling so
there.
low.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pip,
I got 5.
5.
But
So there. And Bando?
Bando
7.
Yeah.
got 22.
That's where I look went.
He's a very conscious monkey.
So Bando got 22. He got 21.
Oh, he's adorable.
He's tiny.
There you go.
Can't kill this man.
So what does Bando do when he sees
Um,
his eyes clear and this guy reach for
Take the
something
book.
in his tunic?
I take the book.
For the scar.
Reach for the
He's not
scar.
listening.
He reaches for something.
The book.
Yeah, inside his vestments.
Bando. How much can Bando carry?
What's Bando's strength?
He has no strength.
It doesn't really matter.
8. He can carry, and he's what size creature? Is it small?
Small beast.
Yeah, he can't really carry too much, like maybe 30 pounds.
How heavy are the books?
Oh, the books themselves.
themselves?
Yeah, I think you could carry the books probably.
Yeah.
It'd be a little bit, it'll struggle a little bit. It'd be like up and down because they're
Up to
quite
you.
heavy
You don't
tomes.
have to.
Well, it was either go up to his face and just like
Yeah.
disorientate him
Either
so
way.
that maybe he has
I just.
disadvantage next
Yeah.
time. Or he can steal the books and go up somewhere high.
Either way.
Yeah. Steal books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think keeps him safe.
Yeah. Bando is gonna fly over, grab the books,
Yeah.
and fly up to the highest point in the room
Good shout.
with them.
Good
And
shout.
the ceiling's apex is about 15 foot into like a concave sort of thing. There's constellations on there.
So he's high enough that no one can reach him.
Someone's got like spells or something.
Oh, no.
What
Which
you do?
we're in the School of Wizardry, so.
I don't think they've got spells.
Nah,
I think
Probably
they're fine.
safe.
that'd be crazy.
Can he fly out of sight?
Out of mind.
Students watching this.
Yes, we're in
can
a
you-
room
please
full
sorry?
of
Can he fly out
resources.
of sight, like behind a bookshelf or like?
Oh, so in here
onto
because it's
it?
like a more like a kind of like a vault really in
Right.
here. So there's no like so you can hide behind like the constellations, sort of like get behind some like stonework. and
Yeah, I
stuff.
just want him to be outside so no one
Yeah,
can see
sure.
him.
That's fine. That's no problemo. So as bandos go. Ooh. There we go. God damn it! Come back here with my books.
It's surprising that people actually give us the time of day when we turn up with a giant crocodile.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, I forget that we have
Yeah.
so much. We are such a squad.
Gostas is massive, right?
Yes, he's a giant crocodile.
Sweet
He's
other
big enough for me
targets.
to
I hate
ride.
him.
Don't think about it. Don't even.
Would he
think.
even fit down here?
Definitely you. And out of you four, one, you avoid it. So I want you four to roll a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Oh, you all get.
Oh, God damn it.
Wait,
You
of
all
us?
get +5.
No, not you.
Oh.
Everybody else.
Everyone gets +5 on this.
That's
Awesome.
5?
That's 5.
Oh, because it's your.
Aura of protection.
Jeez Louise.
That's based on my
What's he
charisma.
doing?
He's casting something.
What was it?
Natural 20.
Which will tell you you're fine. Dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity. So it's -1 for me,
Yeah.
+5.
Yeah. So
So-
plus 4 in total.
13.
13 fails.
12.
Fails.
You're welcome.
Yeah. 17. His DC.
Also,
Hey DC.
can I not do an unsettling massage?
I don't know what that is. Can you?
Yeah.
An unsettling massage.
Visage.
That would be unsettling in this circumstance.
Tell me about it.
Unsettling visage. When a creature you can see makes an attack roll against you, you can use your reaction.
Oh, it's not an attack roll. You're making a saving throw. So it doesn't count in this instance.
Damn.
Fine. I got 17 anyway.
Cool. That passes.
Yes.
Yes.
So that means
Unlucky you two.
you take half. So you two take half damage on
Ah.
this.
Half a damage.
Half the damage.
0.5.
You know I can't count.
11. 17. 18.
He doesn't do half.
24.
Half
32.
damage on whatever he rolls.
34.
Oops.
41. 43. 47. 47 points of lightning damage. 47 points of lightning damage. And then 23 points of lightning damage. 23 points of lightning damage.
Ooh,
As he
wow.
I'm dead.
casts, the lightning bolts come from his hands, Emperor style, and just hits Aya first of all, and then arcs out to the other three, just splits out and burns you all in lightning damage.
Okay, we need to get that all from him.
He hasn't got an
Are
all.
they
Oh, what's
dead?
he using?
He, ju-
Nothing.
he doesn't use any.
Are you dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Oh, you're
unconscious.
dead.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
Fried,
unconscious.
fried both of them.
47.
Oh, sorry, I've got 15 6 hit wins. So this is gonna go well.
Yeah, I think we need to surrender.
You shouldn't go.
As you'll go
actually.
next.
Yep, Mike, you're up.
Well,
You did come to a mage college to start something.
yeah, but when the last time we got into trouble, we just cast a bunch of illusions. It was great.
That's true.
Didn't get electrocuted to death.
Can I use Strength of the Grave on someone else?
What does it say? When you
Could someone
Yeah.
show him the letter from the dean and say, this is unacceptable?
that's not
You
acceptable
have the
behaviour.
It's talking about me, but it doesn't say I can't.
Read it to me. What does it say? I'll make a judgment call.
When damage reduces you.
No. It's you.
I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Right here,
Yeah.
he just cast a spell which caused 47 damage on 2 people, 23 on
I'm
Axe.
trying to do Strength of the Grave to help them.
He's going to be a really high level there.
Yeah.
She's not
So-
casting an attack. She's trying to protect
I'm
us.
He
trying to
just needs to try and
protect them.
surrender first. Just surrender.
I don't surrender.
You're up next. You can wait.
I'm
right
absolutely
You
surrendering.
can cry.
You're
and
gonna,
grovel
you're
all you
gonna
want.
drop to your knees and go.
I might do something different. I'm not going to throw up. There's no damage yet. There's no blood.
Well,
What
you've
do
been
we-
electrocuted for 23
I
points.
don't know what we
damage.
want to do. I don't know what we want to do. We can't, there's not a lot we can do.
I can just try and put him to sleep when it's my turn, but other than that,
I'm going to try and talk to him.
I think talking is a wise step.
We
wait.
tried
Whenever I try
talking.
and talk to someone, I get shit for it.
You do lie to them though.
So what happens when he casts it, instead of using like an orb or anything, he produces from his person like some material components.
So he's just steal whatever he's using, so he can't cast.
Well, when he uses them, it just disappears.
Oh.
They just are subsumed into the spell.
Also, stealing from him killed us.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't hear that. Is that
I also
from the
don't-
corpse on the floor?
I also don't think that coming down to their vault and murdering them just because we stole their books is going to be a good move.
Yeah, that's justified.
I want to do so many things that I want to do at the same time, but I can't.
Which one would you like to do of those million things?
You can talk a bit and cast something. You could
Sure.
say, "We're not trying to. We just want to have a look at them. Don't be a dick."
We're trying to save the world.
Half of me wants to turn into that jock guy and start going UMA to get all the students like rallied up. I want to get the students like, come on, students, and then they can be like stand in front of you guys.
Just
And
be a
then
meat shield.
At the
That's
same,
going to be a big.
and then
ask
at the
for
same
them.
time, I want to cast my meteors,
Yeah.
while also at the same time be like, whoa, 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 calm down, dude.
This is like meteors and
I'm
riling
shouting UMA.
Yeah, UMA, calm down. UMA, calm down.
Well, you're
What can I
shifting.
do?
Is that an action? I think it is an action to
What
shift
is?
into somebody else. Like your shape shifting ability is an action. It's not an action. What is it?
I don't know.
Oh.
It's fine.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to cast meteors. I'm
Mhm.
not going to use them. They're just
Okay,
going to
they
be
start orbiting.
Yep.
Head.
all 6.
Yeah.
And I'm going to.
So
Is
mark
it?
that spell off.
Pardon?
Mark that spell slot off.
Cast.
Cool.
So
But
I
you
want
can
to.
still talk
Okay.
and move if you want to. If you want to run away.
I just want to stay there.
Yeah.
Actually, can I just stand in front of them too?
Yeah, you can stand in front of their charred bodies. No problem. Step over them. They're still crackling and steaming.
I want to crush it.
My beautiful broken skin.
Crackling
I
and
just wanna- I
steaming.
wanna say
Sorry, I've
stop.
Smells like barbecue. Yeah. You want to say stop?
Smells,
Stop.
you say it
That's
smells
good.
a bit.
Yeah.
Crispy.
I'm vegetarian.
Cool.
Okay.
He will react on his turn to you saying stop.
Stop.
Parter. Up to you. Would you like to do Parter?
So she just shouted stop.
In the name of love.
Has it gone too far?
We don't know what to do.
I don't know whether to. Do I?
Says that you're
We
not.
don't know what to do.
No.
I just love that.
Alice
This
is like giggling in
escalated
the
so
corner.
quickly.
Just gone.
We should have just gone to play kickball.
Leave them alone. They're already dead. I am purely just gonna cast darkness.
I feel like there's nothing we can do.
Yeah, I'm gonna panic and cast darkness so he can't see us.
Where would you like to center the darkness on? It's a 15-foot sphere.
Him, absolutely him.
So if you cast it on him, because he's just handed A of the books and then cast lightning, that would envelop probably all of you in this room. You can set it back into the vault that you came from, so only like the darkness would come over him.
Yeah, but so how far are we from him?
So I'm going to say like A is probably in front of you all,
She's dead anyway.
and then you're all gathered within like 5 or 10 feet of each other, because when you made the saving throws, you had to be within 10 feet of Aya.
I want it to be a bit further in front of him, so it's not easy for him to.
Well, he's in front of you,
Oh.
and so if you put it in front of him, you'd be casting darkness on yourself. But if you want it behind him,
So it
back
envelopes
into the
him.
vault which he came from to hand you the books, you could
Yeah.
do that. So it just is covering
So it
him.
could come from
So the
behind him
sphere is like, yeah,
and then come a little bit further in front of him, just
Yeah.
up to kind of.
maybe like over Aya's like arm, for example.
Yeah, so we can still grab her.
Sure. You cast
Drag her.
darkness.
And
Done.
it's screaming like it's gone too far. Stop it. Yeah, it's gone too far. Stop it.
Okay.
Tim, I feel like Tim's rushing us because he knows what's coming.
No, that's good.
Can I also do a bonus action?
Of course you can.
Of
What would you like to do?
bonus action of hidden step.
What does hidden step do?
As bonus action, turn invisible until the start of your next turn.
Cool.
You attack, deal damage, or force a saving throw at once.
When you cast that, would you like to move?
Yeah, I'm assuming I can't kind of drag if Aya's arm's just poking out.
Because you use your action to cast darkness,
Right.
you wouldn't be able to like pull her along. Oh no, wait a minute. You can pull her, but it'll be half your speed.
Okay, I'll do that.
Slow mo.
Cool.
Just
So you
drag
grab
her a little
onto
bit further away.
Grab onto air, and you start dragging
Back
her
away
15 feet. I believe your speed is 30 feet.
30, yeah.
So 15 feet will get you sort of halfway back through the vault.
Yeah.
Like towards where he first opened up the main portcullis to get you in here.
Do that.
So it's just Aya's arm and then nothing, and then she's just like slowly being dragged back across the floor.
Sorry, chat.
That's okay.
I'll come back.
I was further back.
What is Bando doing?
Not Bando.
Sorry, I keep saying that. What is Phantom doing?
Phantom.
It's like saying Bando.
Every time he goes into action, he like dies or something.
1 hit point.
You can do a hold action.
Pardon?
You can do a hold action. Are you, like triggering action. So like if something happens, then he does this.
I don't want him to attack.
No,
Can
that's fine,
he?
doesn't
He can teleport,
Yes.
but can he grab Chad and teleport with Chad?
He can't teleport with someone.
What about with object?
No.
Oh, so you can't
Only
make
him
books.
himself.
What can you do, Poppy?
Also, have to think about what Costas would do in this situation as well.
Send him up to where the banjo is.
WWKD.
What
Bando.
goes to say? So I ask myself every day.
Yeah, send him up, just so he doesn't get killed, because he's got like 1 health point. That's it. 1 hit
He
point.
does.
Yeah, he's got 1 hit point. And
Yeah, he died last time.
yeah, so just send him up in the beams next to Bando.
You don't get him involved if you don't want it.
Yeah, I don't want to. He's
Yeah.
going to go help protect the books with Bando.
So you could, and he's like teetering on a ledge, like somewhere near
Yeah.
Bando,
And that was a lot of effort, so he's like,
panting.
What is our legitimate plan? Are we apologising or are we running away?
I think we need to try and.
We will never win this fight.
yeah, we
Yeah,
won.
Yeah.
so I was saying either apologise or run
I think we
away.
need to apologise and explain a little bit more
Okay.
why we desperately
In
want it.
that case, Costas just cries over my dead body.
Cries.
So
Yeah.
you-
It's really impressive.
He
but
retreats back and
Yeah.
like kind of half lays on your body,
Mhm.
making it a little bit more difficult for you to pull her.
He's crying.
He's like gumming on your leg.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Gumming
way you know-
on your leg.
Yeah, it's the only way he knows
It's
how to show
also,
affection.
I taste like barbecue food now, so it's
Yeah,
hard for him
so
to-
maybe you're just like, oh.
You get eaten by your own crocodile. That's not a problem.
That's the only way I want this to end.
Chad, I need you to make a death saving throw for me.
Mhm.
Straight D20 roll, 10 or higher.
Oh gosh.
It's a
darn it.
pass.
11.
11. It's 1 pass. Pip, you're up.
Can I go up to him?
He's currently enveloped by magical darkness.
In that case, do I know? But he hasn't like moved in the time that's happened.
No, because it's not his turn yet.
So I'm gonna
He
go up
hasn't
to.
responded to Parto or Mike saying stop.
I'm gonna run up to him.
Okay.
Imagine life
And grab-
worked like this.
His arm.
It'll be a blind fumble.
I'm
You
gonna
can aim for his
blindly
arm.
fumble.
Yep.
I'm gonna say, I'm so sorry. We'll give you the books back. Just let us go, please.
Why
know.
don't you roll a d8?
Imagine life follows this sort of. You
8.
can't do anything.
8.
until it's
So
your
you
turn.
grab onto his face.
I'm so sorry.
And because that was literally the only unprotected part of him, he has to do a saving throw, Constitution saving
Please
throw.
don't.
Fall asleep.
Please
He passed with flying colours.
Ah. Does he listen
One
to me?
chance.
We'll have to react on his turn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now I'm literally grabbing him, so in the dark. So
Yeah. So you
It's
just
gonna go.
plunge your
It was a good
because
grab.
he's a dwarf as well. You've got access to his face. So you just like
You
you have
have
to still like
access
aim
to his
upwards a little
face.
bit, but just straight into his. You can feel his nose, big dwarven nose, proud dwarven nose. Don't know what I'm saying about his nose so much. Hey, let's saving throw, please.
Oh, 5.
5. That is 1 failure.
One
Uh-oh.
failure.
What is Bando doing? You can do a triggering action like he can fly away, or he can. Oh, she can. No, he can keep hold of the books. That's not a problem. Whatever you want to do.
Stay with Phantom.
Should we give these books up?
I think we need to wait till his reaction.
But then
Drop one of the books on the dwarf's head.
They're ancient. I think stay
They're
up, stay,
ancient.
stay up there with Phantom because his turn's next. We don't know what he's going to do.
Can Phantom,
exactly.
can Phantom write?
Ando.
I just make him keep him safe.
Yeah.
I know, but I just want to do something helpful.
I know, but I don't
We're
know
trying.
What
We're
I can do.
saying.
Okay, he's gonna hold his action.
Okay.
If the dwarf reacts peacefully,
Yeah.
he'll just stay up.
Okay.
I'm fine. But if he acts
Aggressively.
aggressively,
Yeah.
he's gonna just drop the books on the floor.
Okay, cool. No problemo. Noted. Right. As you're all trying to calm him down, and you're helping each other in doing that, choose one of you three to do a persuasion check. And you can do that with advantage, because you're being
Who
helped
has
by
the
the others.
best persuasion?
Yes, check up persuasion. Cool.
I've got 7. +7.
Plus
You got
seven
+7.
to
Yeah.
persuasion.
Mine's +4. So it's you.
Now, because you're in aggressive combat with him, as you have the help action, that would give you advantage, but you are in combat with him, it gives you disadvantage, so cancel each other out, so it's one straight roll.
I'm holding the meteors. I'm not going.
You are, true. But he doesn't know that because he can't see.
Is it better to have Potter do it? Because then he gets 2 rolls.
Why would Parter get to rolls?
With advantage, right?
Well, it's
Oh,
we're
no,
in
no,
combat.
because
now.
he's in combat with
He's
you
in
rather
combat,
than like
gotcha,
specifically
gotcha.
with
Sorry.
one of you. He's in
I thought you were saying just
he's in a
better.
fight with you as an
Never
entity.
mind.
Can I cast Lucky so that she can roll twice?
What is isn't lucky just a feat that you
no.
have for yourself?
It's for myself.
Yeah. Unless you choose yourself to do the roll, and then you could use lucky to re-roll it.
Do you still have inspiration? Have you used it?
If anyone has inspiration that aren't downed at the moment,
I do.
you can use inspiration
Alright.
on this roll
Do you want me to do it? I've got +4, so it's only a difference of 3.
Why would it make any difference?
because he can use lucky.
have
with the
few
Oh,
feat.
two
sorry.
rolls.
Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
makes sense.
You can't.
And I can cast Lucky after I've rolled, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can, and then
do
choose
that.
the high roll.
And you can do that 3 times?
Good do.
Does it say you can use it on the same roll, or does it have to be you can use it once per roll?
You have 3 luck points
Yeah.
per long rest. Whenever you make an attack roll, an ability check or saving throw, you can spend 1 to roll an additional d20. You choose which dice to
Oh,
use.
so you roll 2d20 at the same time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Then you choose the high one. Or you can just roll the same one twice. Either one is fine.
Roll the same one twice.
Oh,
Can I just see what I would have got?
No, that
You,
really
you don't want to
hurts.
know. That would never help.
10.
10. Interesting.
Sorry, Tim.
We're gonna die.
Sorry, friendly boys. Sorry.
Hmm.
I wonder what I would have got.
We're being really nice. I'm caressing
You are
his
grabbing
face.
his face.
Caressing.
I,
We
s-
haven't attacked him.
I said
Um,
stop, and then I started
alright.
singing.
I know I'll do.
Do
I-
you?
I cried that they
He-
were already dead.
Steps forward, kind of like forcing you to like slide your hand off of his face.
Yeah.
Steps out of the darkness. Looks around, sees like you being dragged away. He says, "Drop the books. You've got one chance,
Drop the book.
or I fry the rest of you.
Drop the
Bando
books.
drops the book.
Now get out.
We're so sorry.
Get out."
Okay.
I think
fine.
just
He's not
just
a very friendly man.
No.
we can come back.
We can
It's our first day.
First day is-
we drag Chad out.
Okay.
With us.
So we will still keep an initiative until either one of these get healed by magical healing, or one of you 3 use the medicine check on them to stop them from bleeding out. They'll still keep bleeding out. So, Mike, what do you want to do?
I don't have any medicine.
You've got a medicine check. It's
does that
literally
mean?
just like triage. You just go up to one of them and like patch up their wounds.
Can I do that?
Yep, you can. Which one would you like to treat?
Who's more dead?
They're both
We're both
equally as
pretty
dead.
dead.
So when you say patch up, I just
Yeah, you know, like just a basic safety, basic sort of health,
you've got Costa's
first aid.
on you. I'll
Yeah.
try and help you.
So you go up to Chad, you grab Chad, roll a medicine check, 10 or higher, he's stabilised.
Oh, that was almost 11.
What do you have?
9
9,
Plus.
0.
9.
It was almost 11.
Party, what would you like to do?
I'll use Cure Wounds on
I've had a successful saving throw. She has.
Yeah.
Aya. So you go to Aya's sort of dragging form. Oh no, you're putting her.
Yeah.
So you pop out of invisibility.
Yeah.
And you cast Cure Wounds.
I'm going to do level 3 as well, so I get 3d8
Cool, roll it.
plus 5.
I've got healing that I can then use on you.
Yes.
So 3, 8,
That's 11
15 plus
plus 5. So you're
20.
on 20 hit points now, Aya.
So
You're fine.
And we'll skip through the creatures because they can't do medicine checks. You need to do another
Saving throw?
death saving throw.
13.
13.
I'm
You're
good.
1 away from being stabilised.
I'll do a medicine check on Chad.
Roll your medicine.
No, 2.
20 now. I'm
20.
good. I'm good now.
Okay.
Aya, what do you want to do?
I'll use hold on. I will use my lay on handfuls.
How much of your 30 points would
I
you like to
will
push
use-
into Chad?
20 points.
20 points.
Cool.
You're on 20.
Thank you.
So
I'm on the
as
same
you
as
get
you.
healed both magically, a lot of your charred skin gets healed over, but not all of it. So like
That's
there's
pretty
still
cool.
like blackened parts of your skin that's
Blue and
heavily
parts.
charred. Yeah. So like bits of your hair, have been like burnt and frazzled. I don't know what would be most.
That's for you.
Yeah. And you're just like covered in like soot, and like you just feel like someone's sitting on your chest as well, where the lightning's impacted in your torso. And you just see this like seething dwarf, with like red in the face, like sort of spittle like coming out, hitting down his beard as he's pointing at the door, like telling you to get out. I assume you all
I don't know what I did wrong, but
scuttle.
I did nothing.
Do you think it's too risky? Okay. As you guys leave, I can cast Pass Without Trace on myself, grab one of the books, and leave.
you know what would be helpful is cast it and see if he what he does to open up the vaults. Like we know that he has a key, but then he did some sort of incantation.
But we won't be able to repeat that incantation, surely.
Yeah, that's true. He might be able to higher level magic.
I think it's too risky at the moment.
I wouldn't take one of the books.
Okay.
I think
Can I-
he might have something that can detect.
Are they
That.
written in Celestial?
Hmm?
Are the books in Celestial?
You can't tell. No, you can't tell from the exterior. They haven't
Okay.
got any words on the outside of them.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind then.
You have to actually
That's
open
a
them up
good
and see
idea.
what's written on the inside.
I feel like
It's fine.
we've achieved so much by getting them out of the vault. I don't want to just go back in.
Yeah.
We can do it again. We've done it
We'll
once.
have to
we can
pull
do
a
it again.
caper.
I can use my slippers of.
Book house.
It's fine.
It's fine. We'll go. We'll
Okay.
leave. Goodbye.
We're all like walking out like
Yeah.
that.
And he follows you. He doesn't like let you out of his eyesight until you've like left the research department in its entirety, and then you just hear the slam of a door behind you. And we'll call the episode there.
I feel like we should just go back to Dean and just be like,
Yeah,
look,
What's
fire
that
that
guy's
guy.
problem?
this
Yeah.
guy. We were just trying to learn.
This guy.
This guy.
So I'd like to thank my players Ellie, Josh, Annie, Khalil, and Alice. If you'd like to plug your social media handles, now is an amazing time to do so.
At Ellie Bab.
At MCM Josh.
At Annie_squirrel.
At Sizzled Lizard.
Blizzard.
Sizzled
Oh,
Lizard.
sizzle. Oh. At ALUCYE.
And I'm at MCM_Tim. Now that's out of the way. Oh no, that's the intro.
That's out the
Roll
way.
over and die.
Another
No. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Remember, if you know what to do, roll over and die. That was an episode.
That was
I
an
can't believe
episode.
you wanted to-